3 Japanese tales this time. The Flea. A wife and her lover were once in bed when the husband came home. Since the lover had no time to run or hide, the woman rolled him up in a straw mat, marched out with the mat under her arm, and announced that she was going to knock the fleas out of it. As she jumped over the hearth, the naked lover slid out and fell thump in the ashes. The husband's eyes widened. "Biggest flea I ever saw," he exclaimed, and he seemed to register nothing else. The big flea fled on all fours. The Little Spider. Once there was no one to play the shoe for the emperor, and so Kanetoshi, the former governor of Chikuzen province, was granted special permission to audition at the palace. He put the priceless instrument they gave him right to his lips and began to blow. Unfortunately, the imperial show had a little spider in it. The next time he inhaled, the spider shot straight to the back of his throat. The coughing and choking fit that seized him then made the emperor and his officials almost split their sides laughing. Having made a terrible fool of himself, the poor man was never asked to the palace again. He should have realized that an imperial treasure like this is seldom played, and tried it out cautiously at first. Number 3. A Flash in the Palace. Early in his career, Lord Fujiwara no Norikino was a chamberlain of the 5th rank. One day, when he was on duty, he had to go into the palace council chamber to receive an imperial decree from the Minister of the Right, Sanosuke, together with some instructions on where to take it. The room was open to the breezes. As Norikuno approached the minister, he glanced toward the next building, the Great Hall of State, and spotted Lord Minamoto no Akisada, a lieutenant in the imperial palace, on the veranda of the hall. Akisada had just whipped out his tool. The minister was too far inside the room to see him, but Norikuni, who had a perfect view, could not help but burst out laughing. "I take it you realize this is a proclamation from His Majesty," said the minister sharply. "I fail to understand why you find it so amusing." He reported Norikuno's mirth to the emperor immediately. Though desperately frightened, poor Norikuni could not very well explain his laughter. By revealing that Lord Akisada had exposed his penis at the palace, Akisada must have been very pleased with his joke.